oh my God, they're still around. The $1 Million Arm guy.
They
still get jobs. They haven't had a good match in 7 years, and they've been wrestling 5.
Yeah.
It's like just get cut bait.
What's going on, everybody? This is Dr. Chris Featherstone here for yet another episode of the Wrestling Outlaws. I'm here with two
camera shoot.
3 cameras.
I feel like that Vince meme where he starts tipping back in the chair.
Nice. We have 2 former world champions. We have one current. Look, just stacked up and gold, man. Isn't that enviable? I know people are envying this show right now, looking at him, and you should. I mean, you know, if there's one person to envy, it would be EC3.
I agree with that.
Indeed. The E in EC3 stands for envy.
Yeah. Like I can't hear right now. My body's destroyed. My brain's mush. I have 2 titles and my 2 best friends. But this is like the unglamorous side of championship lore. Yes. Where you're sitting in the darkness watching the entire series of the Pacific because you can't think straight and you just want to not move for a day. It's a good show.
Man. Indeed, man. Hardworking man.
Oh, is that are you home?
Yeah.
Is that a bath curtain behind you? Are you in a bathroom, bro?
No, I'm in a living room. It's
a drip.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought it wasn't that. I thought he was doing it from the toilet. I thought he was on the toilet doing this. Who knows? He got the runs or something, man.
He said he wasn't feeling well, man, so it wouldn't surprise me.
Humorous quick story. When we did the vignettes for the WWE where I was in my shoot apartment. I had like a really sweet penthouse in Orlando because I was just like, I'm going to be a F-boy for a little bit. And I remember like Jeremy Borash lived with me, but he shot the vignettes too. And like they came out and, you know, you kind of see comments about whatever. It's like, oh, EC3's coming, blah, 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 blah. And this one dude commented, what kind of cheap ass Orlando apartment has shades like that? I was like, oh, it's not cheap.
Says the same person who's probably keyboard warrioring in his mama's basement. So, you know, what's up with cheap apartment?
It's the little things that can really get me going.
Yeah, man. It's, it's funny because people tag me with stuff like, can you believe they're saying stuff? Like, it's funny because I used to be, you know, here's the crazy part about me. I used to have the biggest anger problems. Like I used to just roast people and eviscerate people with my words. I do it nicely now, but I used to just be, before Christ, Chris was a whole different person, man. I'm telling you, like shoot, he was a whole different guy, man. And man, I used to just eviscerate people with my words, and just now I'm just so chill and stoic and unfazed, man. And it's the Christian in me and it's the psychologist in me of realizing why people do what they do, man. And when people troll and make comments, it makes me laugh so much that anytime people troll me, it makes me want to do it more. Like it makes me want to do what they're trolling about me more. And I think it's hilarious.
You got the re-troll going.
Yeah, man. You have to,
troll
man.
anti.
Yeah, because the thing is, I have a motto that I will not ever allow people to have power over me. There's only one person to have power over me. His name is Jesus, and no one has power over me. So if I'm affected by your trolling, that means I'm giving you power over me, and so therefore I can't be affected by it because you don't deserve that power. Speaking of Hall, let's talk about Jinder Mahal. Let's do a little snippet about Jinder Mahal and just all the buzz that was going on about Jinder Mahal with the Tony Khan stuff, and the payoff of that, man, was just another random, you know, Raw match from Seth Rollins. They didn't maximize on it. Tony Khan basically gave. It was a free promoter, like he volunteered to indirectly promote Jinder Mahal, unintentionally, but Jinder Mahal became the biggest, most buzzing name in pro wrestling. One of them at least for at least a few days, and the payoff on that is just let's just have you lose against Seth Rollins. We'll have you bring back Indus Sher to make it seem like there's some shot at you winning. But
Jinder, it's all about Jinder. The other guys, oh my God, they're still around. The $1 million arm guy,
they
still get jobs. They haven't had a good match in 7 years, and they've been wrestling 5. Yeah. It's like just cut bait. Love you, boys.
Cut bait. Yeah. So Vince,
no.
What'd you say?
Promos, no. At least they're tall. Well, they're about 6'1". Yeah, like give me. Oh, go
on. They book Veer of 6'4", and they build Senga as 6'5". So, but you can tell there's at least like a 2 or 3 inch difference, probably even more than that between Veer and Senga. But that's the embellished pro wrestling billing. So. Vince, what do you think, man? Do you think WWE dropped the ball on not capitalizing on the Jinder hype?
Bro, I don't understand this. And I think, EC3 can address this as well. Bro, does Seth Rollins need a belt? I don't understand why that belt is on Seth Rollins. They got the sing-along. He's got the clothing and all. He's got all that stuff. Seth Rollins does not need a belt. Let's put that belt on somebody that needs it and can become a viable, talent because of the title. And I don't know what that did for Jinder, bro. I swear to God, man. When you look at guys like Matt Cardona and you look at guys like EC3, okay, and now you look at, throw Dolph Ziggler in there, okay, throw Monet in there, Mercedes Monet, throw them all in there. I swear to God, bro, if I'm Jinder and he goes back to doing nothing, bro, the dude's got to ask for his release. Mm-hmm. He's got to ask for his release. He can walk down the same path that all these guys walk down, do it on his own, call his own shots. He'll make good money because, my God, bro, I'm sure he's getting paid well. But if they do nothing with him after this, God, he's going to be as frustrated as heck, man.
EC3, there's a lot of opportunity to make good money, as you know, outside of WWE. Now, Jinder, though, do you think, because he tried this, when he was let go, I believe it was around 2014, somewhere around there. And he was gone for about a year and a half, 2 years, somewhere around there. And he didn't really make any noise in the indie scene. I think he made one Ring of Honor appearance somewhere around there. But other than that, didn't really do much. Do you think that, he had a world title run, U.S. title run, but really nothing for several years now? Do you think that his stock is high enough to jump off the plane with a parachute and hopefully land somewhere comfortable somewhere else at this point?
I think his initial run, the release before he was brought back, he was tuned out.
Yeah.
So he didn't have any desire to do anything. We were talking about bringing him in over to TNA, and he came in. We were hanging out because we're boys, and he's just like, I don't even like wrestling anymore. Like, he just didn't care. And he's successful in other ventures. So he can write his own ticket. Does Seth need a belt? No. Is it needed for the Mania Punk thing? Maybe. But again, sometimes people, not gonna lie to you, Vince, like in NWA, do I need the belt? No. But I'm the only MFer worth having it. The company needs me to have it. But at the same time, I don't want to lose it. Look what I'm doing to myself to keep it. Like, look what I'm doing. Like, I'm going all in. For Jinder, that sucks because once you have, like, if something's hot, you got to jump on it. I think a no finish, some sort of shenanigan and tomfoolery could have let that angle go a little bit longer. It could be a WrestleMania angle with a payoff that he gets over in the end, even if he doesn't necessarily become the champion. But I mean, I didn't see it, but what I'm gathering is they had a wrestling match and Seth won.
Yeah, that was it.
I mean, I don't know. Just out of they're bringing back the boys. Why not they have the match and Seth's about to win, then the boys jump him, and then there's a beatdown. Now Seth's got to fight underneath 2-3 foes, gets all that momentum going into WrestleMania with Punk. You have like 6 weeks of story right there. But what do I know? I'm just a creative genius.
I mean, to your point, East, I think that, I mean, why not do a non-finish or do a DQ and just have Jinder destroy Seth on Raw and then set it up for either the Royal Rumble, who Seth doesn't have a Royal Rumble opponent, or Perth. Why not just do that?
The title matches at the Rumble are sometimes some of the best title matches of the year.
Agreed.
Like,
yeah.
What was it just watching? Jeff Hardy and Edge. I don't remember what year. But man, or like Triple H and Cactus Jack.
They're usually throwaway, but they're good though. I mean, like I remember Taker and was it Angle and Henry was a Royal Rumble match. Bob Holly and Brock was a Royal Rumble match.
Brock was sweet. I mean, Brock and Angle.
Brock and Angle, yeah.
Rock and Jericho. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That was Rumble because Jericho beat Rock at Rumble and then Austin and No Way Out.
Those matches rule.
Yeah. A lot of
real come about moment for Jinder, and then if he doesn't go over, he's got steam going into the Rumble.
Yes.
How did the crowd react to him? Was there more renewed enthusiasm?
There were some people cheering him because of the Tony Khan stuff.
I think if they kept sticking it without putting it too much emphasis on it, because you don't want to put somebody over on your own product, but they kept putting that little fire underneath it, he would have gotten over in jest.
Yeah. Kind
of get over that you get from like the yes chants and stuff like that. Like just by letting the people feel like they have a voice and they made an investment into somebody for whatever reason, it being paid off. It's not that hard to give them a little bit, and it's more intriguing. Unless they got blow away creative from here on out, that's going to put our dirty, wet, stinky socks right in our mouths, and we're going to eat them up. They dropped the ball.
Yeah, indeed. Vince, you and I have talked about, I think it's about time for him to commence a babyface run. Try something different other than the foreign antagonist type of gimmick that's ran its course, man. Do you still feel that?
Vince, I mean, here's how you do it. Everything we just talked about, then the big match happens, but the boys end up, effing over Jinder.
There you go.
Then you start the Don't Hinder Jinder 24 campaign. Yeah. And people will be going nuts. Don't hinder Jinder. I don't know if they can chant that. Don't hinder. They'll figure it out.
It's usually only 3 or 4 syllables. So.
Alliteration and rhymes and things in 3 people love to chant.
There you go.
I could tell you this, though, Chris. It's like, bro, obviously Nick Aldis is the babyface authority figure on SmackDown.
It must be fake if he's a good guy.
Yeah. Why not have a heel authority figure on Raw? You know what I'm saying? Now you got 2 totally freaking Jinder looks the part. He can come up with something legal of what they did in his contract and threaten to sue him. I mean, you can really come up with an elaborate story, but my God, why not have a babyface, GM and a heel GM?
Yeah. I mean, I'm for Jinder doing something different. I think a babyface run would be interesting to see. But as authority figure, man, he looks the part. He can definitely get a ton of heat. You know what I mean?
I can't stop thinking of like crazy Jinder babyface fire coming on. Like it's almost Ultimate Warrior-esque. It's this Don't Hinder Jinder campaign. Nice. It's so over the top that people would love it. Yeah. And then on the reverse end, a bad guy, a Middle Eastern person investing a lot of money into a wrestling company could be ripe for great parody and, bad guy antics, I guess.
There you go. So here's a question real quick that I have for, it's an all play here. So if you do Sangha and Veer turn on Jinder and you set up a WrestleMania match between, the Indus Sher against Jinder Mahal and a mystery partner.
The USA.
Who would it be?
The USA guy.
Who's the USA guy?
Exactly.
So do you bring back Hacksaw Duggan to be his tag partner?
USA guy was short-lived pitch by Derek Bateman for the main roster in 2013. I had to make my own vignettes. And
I'll tell you who you bring in to get him over as a babyface.
What's that?
Bring in Kurt.
Yeah.
Let Kurt work that one big match with him. That'll get him over as a babyface.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I like that. Kurt and Jinder against Indus Sher.
Learn how to flat back bump and roll properly, even if they haven't learned it in 5 years.
Yeah, I mean they're two big monster heels. I mean they can get away with not being as technically sound in the ring.
I just don't get how you can do this for so long and not even have an ounce of getting it. I'm sorry. Time. Just not. It means you have no instincts for it, which is okay. I can't throw a 100-mile-per-hour fastball. I know that. I don't play baseball.
There you go.
I'm with you with that, man.
Yeah, I like Kurt and Jinder again.
Yeah, man. That definitely get him over.
I like that.